Hi everybody, it's Jill Lancet. Welcome to Thursday night. Welcome back. Tonight I'm going to make a blokey gift card, but you could make this a girly one, whatever you like. Okay, now I've got scribbled down measurements. I was running late this afternoon. I didn't have time to actually make the card, but we are going to do that together now. But I've already started because I had technical issues again. When I say technical issues, just think Jill problem, okay? Because they usually are. Anyway, so what I've done is now I've got both US and metric measurements. Don't worry. They'll be written down in the description. But I have the metric one here, and I have a mock-up of the US one here. So I will go through them with you. So the first thing you need is your standard card base without any scores, because we are actually going to score this to make this sort of funny little card, okay? So if you are using metric, you will put your card base long side in first. You will score it at 3.5 centimeters, and then you will score it at 13.5 centimeters, and you will end up with this. If you're in the US, you will take your self-same card base, which is a different size altogether. You will score it at 1.5 inches, and then you will score it at 5.5 inches, and you will end up with the same configuration. They are different sizes. This is a little bit smaller than a standard card, like wider than a little bit less wide. Yeah, I said that right. Okay, so the next thing you need then is another panel. The same cardstock would be ideal, but you know, whatever you like. Now this piece is in metric. It is 14.5 by 12.5. Where are we? 12.5. That should be 12.5. This is why you double check. Yeah, 12.5. Let me just trim that down to 12.5. And in the US, you would have a panel that is 5 5/8 by 4.5. Now we're going to score them. Again, the scoring will be different, okay? So with the A4, we're going to pop that in at 1 centimetre and score. Now, as before, it is easier to do it from this side. So 1 centimetre, and then I'm going to turn that around and slide that across to 9.5. Oh, I think I did it like this. I did 5 centimetres. I did, look, 5 centimetres, okay, and then slide it to 13.5 and then score it again. And that will give you a 5 centimetre little panel and a 1 centimetre little panel. If you're in the US, you're going to score it at sorry, upside down, Miss Jane, 3/8 of an inch, and then slide that across to 3 5/8 of an inch. Look, they're all going to be down there, okay? Don't panic. I'm all over the place. Sorry, I apologize, okay? Now, I've done that, and I have this. Now, I'm going to give that a really good burnish. If I can find the bone folder that I had here like 2 seconds ago. My goodness me. How is that? Oh, here it is, right here. Gosh. So I'm going to really give that a nice burnish. I kind of want it to sort of lay flat. Okay, so we've got that. We have this funny piece here. Now we're going to turn that under and we're going to really give that a nice burnish. And then so that goes under, this one comes up. Okay, so we're going to give that a nice burnish. So I've got these two pieces here. Okay, now you also need some designer series paper. As I said, I have been fiddling around with this all afternoon, and I'm very pedantic. I chose this paper and then I created a monster for myself. Save yourself and use something that's not, has to be lined up, because yeah, I'm telling you, this would look equally as beautiful on this, you know. But anyway, I chose this side. I've got 3 pieces. I have 14.2 by 7, 14.2 by 3, and 12.6 by 7. Okay, now I will put the US measurements down below. Okay, don't ever worry about stuff like that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is glue this on. Now these all match, you know, that's how pedantic I am. So choose where you're going to put these. This one goes on the front here, so I'm going to pop that on there like that. I'm just going to open it out to make it a bit easier for myself. So a bit of liquid glue. I like liquid glue. Get a bit of slippage with the liquid glue. So I'm going to pop that on there, little border all the way around. And then with this panel that comes up to meet it, we're going to put this long strip. Now, this is where I decided that I had to have them going in the right order, okay? I've made up my mind that if I ever decide to do that again, I'm going to stop myself. Yeah, because it was a bit tricky. But, you know, that's me. Obviously, you don't have to do stuff like that. So there we go. We've got this little, I think it is called a matchbook. I'm not sure. Okay, if you know the name of it, can you pop it down in the comments for me? That would be really, really good. So we've got this. Sorry, my bangles keep banging. Now we've got this other funny little panel here. And the way this is going to work is, this is going to be a front pocket, this 5 centimetre piece. So I'm going to actually take a 1-inch punch, and I'm going to find halfway, because, you know, I think we've already discussed that. I'm just that little bit OCD. So that looks about right to me, or thereabouts. I'm just going to put a little dot there. Now I want to make this a thumb hole so I can get the gift card out. We're putting a gift card in here. Now I've drawn on my little circle punch. This is a 1-inch circle punch, and I've done the center that way and the center this way. So I actually want it halfway. So I'm just lining up the marks that I've made, and I'm just going to punch that out. Okay, now that's scrap. Now I have got a gift card here, and I like to do this because not only does it sit in there better, but it also helps you when it comes to gluing this whole thing together. So I want to center that up. I want to pop that in there. Now you can go lower. You can just snip this, make this a bit smaller if you want, but I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to try and just get this centered somehow. And then I'm taking an embossing tool. You might call it a ball tool, I don't know. But I'm just literally going to run that down alongside the edge of the card while it's in place. And then I'm going to do it on the other side. Now, as I said, it also helps me to figure out where I'm going to glue this. So I'll just show you that now. So on the inside you can see the outline of the gift card. So I want to put this panel in here. I want to put it, center it up. Okay, I cut a bit off that, remember? So I'm going to cut a little bit off this as well. So I'm just going to cut off like just a smidge. Then I'm going to turn it around. Yes, everything's going swimmingly tonight, isn't it? Everything's going according to plan. Not. But you know what? There's never a mistake. There's just an adjustment. And you should view life like that as well. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in there like that. I'm going to glue it. Now, you're not going to see it all the way down. So I just used a scrap that was left over from the front piece. So I do want them to be up the right way. So I'm going to glue them in. This is very, very simple little gift card holder. So there we go. I've glued that in there now, just like that. And what I want to do now is glue this down. Well, luckily I know where I can put the glue to, and if you see, it kind of creates a little bit of a pocket so that the card can go in there. So at this point you can actually pop your card in and glue around it so that you know that you've got enough room. I wouldn't go right up to that edge though. Okay, I'd go up to the outside edge, but not so much to that inside edge. So I've got my little gift card there. And I'm just going to hold that down so that it connects. Okay, now you can actually use your bone folder and give it a nice rub. And now because we've got this thumb hold in here, they can get it out quite easily. Okay, so now the next step is to glue this into here. Now, very, very simple, okay? I'm actually going to sit this in the card, have this open. Remember, there's our fold. We're going to open it out. We're going to lay this in here. We're going to center it up, and we're going to pop some tear and tape across here on this tab. Okay, so if I take this off and show you where I'm putting the tear and tape, you might understand that. So I'm going to run that right along where the fold is. Okay, so there we go. And I'm just going to tear that off there like that. Now I'm going to give that a really good rub. And I'm going to use my take your pick to take this off. Now I find it easier to go from the side, she says. Yeah, it generally lifts up a little bit easier. So I'm going to take that right off. Now I can lay this back down. Now I want to center it up. I want to center it up because we've got other things to do with this card. So I want to line it up against the fold. I want to make sure I've got roughly the same distance between here and here. I want to make sure that I can fold that down. And I'm going to give that a good rub. Now you can flip it over and give it a rub from the back. Okay, and I'll show you what we've done now. We've created this little flap that is attached to the back of the front of the card. Okay, so when we open the card, it is actually going to lift that up. It's going to lift it up and bring it up forward. So now we need to work on this other piece here, okay? So we've allowed a fair amount of room here. So what we want to do is we want to put some tear and tape down either side of here, okay? Put it along this edge and no further than that, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to lay that along there, just like that. Hang on, hold your horses, honey. Oh, here we go, we'll use this. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, okay? So down here, along the edge. Now, with Christmas coming up, I don't know about you, but, you know, we give cash or gift cards. Kids are a little bit more selective these days. You know, long gone is the list with the doll and the scooter and everything on it. They want to go and choose their own stuff. So what I've decided is if we've got a little gift card in a card, that is the gift, okay? So I'm going to give these a nice bit of a rub over. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to peel this up. And this side as well. And I'm going to close that over. And our little gift card now can move freely. So that when they open it up, it presents the gift card. Now you can write with love from blah, 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 happy birthday, whoever, with love from. And when they open that card, that is there, ready to go. But we need to find a bit of a closure for this. So, and a greeting. So what I did was I cut out of that same Unbounded Love. I stamped the happy birthday in Pebble Path because there's grey in here. I thought it was softer than the black. So I've stamped it and then I've cut it out with this beautiful little die that creates these gorgeous little dots. So I'm going to pop that up, I think, on the front of the card. I want to put some of this Pebble Path twine, if I can find the end. I just wanted to pop some of that behind it. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. You can tell I've put a lot of thought into this. Let's just see. Let's just see, shall we? Well, it wants to spring around like that, so why don't we let it? Why don't we have it on there like that somehow? Have it all messy. You can actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Unwind this so that you've got more than one thread. Let's do that. This is a fly by the seat of your pants kind of card tonight. While the general idea was in my head, the finer points, are yet to reveal themselves. Okay, so you know what they say, the hurrier you go, the behinder you get. Yeah, well, that's where I'm at the moment. Right. So I think I like it with the 3 different thicknesses of the thread. Dear, oh dear. Yeah, don't do this if you're in a hurry, guys, because you'll go slightly insane. Okay, look, there they are. They're all separated now. So I can use 2, I can use 3. I can roll them up like this. I might use the 3rd one just because it's here. I can put that on there like that, make it quite messy, and pop this over the top of it. Let's get some dimensionals on the back of this, and we'll see where it leads us, shall we? Okay, let's have a look. Take these off. And I might just put a little bit of seal somewhere on here, if I can find it. No, that's an impossibility. Oh, here it is. Ah, dear, steady on. It was here all the time. What about if we just put some of this like this and sort of stick this to it like that. Pop this over the top of it. Untangle it a bit more, I think. So we've got a real messy bit of twine. Pop this over the top. Make it straight. And then with the same 1 inch circle punch, I'm just going to punch out a circle and a second one, just because I want this to be fairly strong. I'm going to glue those together. Just put a bit of glue on them. And so I've got double thickness now of the cardstock, which will make it a little bit sturdier. And then I'm going to put just a couple of dimensionals towards the bottom third of this. So you can see they're just below halfway. Now you could put a little stamp on there like with love or something, whatever you've got there. And I'm just going to pop that on there like that, just as the closure. So I'm going to take those off and just going to pop that on there like that. Now you want it around about the middle, just like that. We've got a beautiful card, a blokey card, opens like this, and then it continues to present the gift card to them. Remember, you're writing on there, you can put all the best wishes, whatever, and then sign your name there. It's a beautiful little gift card. It will do itself back up again, she says. Dear, oh dear. Of course it will if the glue wasn't wet. Let me know what you think about that. Now, at the moment, we have got up to 30% off kits and 15%. No, that's not right. A great joining fee. The 15% stamp sale finished yesterday. So, yeah, I am all over the place today. I did take a couple of Panadol, but still waiting for those to kick in. So we've got this beautiful, now don't forget, that can be any pattern paper. That could be for a child. Just choose the appropriate paper. You've still got plenty of room on the back if you like to write a big message. You've got that. We've got our little closure there. Our little gift card slides in and out of our little pocket, and all you have to do is pop that in an envelope, and Bob's your uncle. Bob's your uncle. I was going to put some of these epoxy dots on there, and I think I will. Now, I think these are retired, so yeah. But I got them in the Pebble Path because I thought we've got everything else in the Pebble Path. We can pop one of those there. We can pop a large one here. And what about if we pop a medium one on this, right in the middle? What do you think? What do you reckon? I think that's lovely. I will put a link to the other video that shows it in the portrait way. But all the details will be below. So, yeah, look, have a great Thursday night, whatever's left of it for you. And that weekend is looming large, so make sure you get out there and do something you really, really love. And I'll see you guys all on Sunday. Thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me tonight. Take care, and hooray. Bye for now.